get back to this Jaguar from yesterday with the automatic gearbox service. Now all my bits have turned up, we can crack on with the job. Now let's make a start on getting the oil out of the gearbox. Now, all the information that we need to carry out this job is on technical data. Now, you must make sure you adhere to this step by step. Now, the gearbox has got to be below 30 degrees, so you do need to jump on your live data and make sure that it is within that spec. And then what we need is an 8mm to remove the filling bung. And what I've had to do is just chop it down so it can fit between the chassis and the filling bung. And when we remove that filling bung, we can remove the drain plug then, and we can catch it. I do like to catch the oil fluid and just see what it's like and make sure we're getting the correct amount out. And that is one drain bung removed. We're catching it into a lovely clean little receptacle. We're going to leave that now drain out for as long as we can. Now while we're waiting for the oil to drain out, we're going to just jump round to the passenger side of the vehicle and just remove all the clips off the gearbox. Just be extra careful because the exhaust temperature sensors go into it and all sorts. And then we can make a start on removing some of the T40s. Don't remove all of them, leave some of them in, so when it's fully drained out, then we can start removing it. But when we do remove it, there is going to be a fair amount of oil that still drops out. And there you go, that is one pan filter removed. Now we've given all the bottom of the gearbox a bit of a clean down. Now let's get the new one. In the new one that you get is, where have they gone? I don't know where I put them. You get a new set of bolts and a new fill bung as well. But also before we put it on, that little rubber O-ring there, I'm just going to dip our finger into the new oil. Just put a little bit round it, so as we're pushing that new pan filter back up to the gearbox, we're not pinching that rubber and it's sliding in nice and easily. Now on the old pan filter, they did have two magnets in it, one by there and one by there. They must have modified it or changed it, or whether it because it's aftermarket, I don't know. But they've now put them by there, and make sure that they're pressed in nice because we do not want them coming out. Right, let's get this pan filter now back on the gearbox. Now we've tightened up the pan filter and it's 10 Newton meters. We need to get some oil into it. Now I'm going to be using it as this transmission filling system by Sealy. It's a brilliant bit of kit. Now 3.5 litres came out of the gearbox, and we're going to put 3 litres in it and then top it up with half. And we're going to go through the procedure of getting the level spot on. Now this little pump by Sealy, I originally bought it to do the DSG gearbox servicing. Now it comes with all sorts of little adapters, and as you can see that's just over a 90 degree, and it's slots straight in the side of that gearbox, absolutely beautifully, like so. Now get your pump, get a good pump reading, make sure the pressure's right up, and you can flick a switch and get that gearbox filled up. And also at the same time get a nice little receptacle underneath it, just in case some does start dripping out. Now I have done the first part of the filling process. The 3 litres that we put in the filling pump, they're on all now in the gearbox. But because I got let down by the part supplier, well, I didn't get down, I got the wrong filter. We had a 6-speed filter delivered and I needed an 8-speed. So it has delayed me a little bit, and I'm running out of time now to do the second half, so we're going to carry on in the morning. Now we are back at the vehicle. We need to get this car now at the correct conditions for the final fill to top it up. Now what it entails is we need to get the vehicle started, we need to go through all the gears and hold them for 5 seconds, and we also need to get that gearbox temperature up to about 30 to 50 degrees C. Now once the vehicle's running, what we're going to be doing, hold it in each gear for 5 seconds. You have to bet my counting is probably off a little bit, but nonetheless. And go straight through them, bang it into sport and go through the paddles and change the gears as high as you can. It'll only go up to 3rd gear. You know, you want to come back down, hold it in neutral for a little bit, go back to park, and we're going to jump onto live data now, and we're going to get this temperature up to about 30, and anywhere between 30 and 50 degrees C. As you can see, hold it up to 2000 RPM and the temperature will start rising. Now we're back underneath the vehicle, and you need the engine running for this procedure. Now what we've got is the temperature is now up to 31 degrees. We're going to remove our bung, we're going to fill our oil up, we're going to fill it up until it's pouring out, and then we're going to leave it. When it starts trickling out from a fast stream to like a slow trickle, we know it's full and we can put a blanking plug back in. Once we finish, as you probably see me giving everything a nice clean down with a bit of brake and clutch cleaner, and everything is spotless now, and we've got no leaks whatsoever. All we've got to do now is put them belly panels back on. And there you have it. After every job, you need to test drive the vehicle and make sure that the gears are changing nice and smooth. If you've got any jerkiness, you need to make sure that that oil level is topped up correctly, and you've got no fault codes. But anyway, for now, let's get it sounds.